Plants. What do we know about them? Today we're going to talk a little bit about our plants and what they're good for and how they work. This is a small pepper plant from my personal garden. I've been growing pepper plants for about a year now, and this one actually came off of a bigger one, and I put it in a small container so it could grow roots and become its own plant. Plants have 6 different parts that you need to know about. On this plant, we'll talk about 3 of them because that's actually, I only see 2 parts here. What parts do you see on the plant? Leaves. You see leaves, and what is holding up the leaves? Stems. The stems are held up by leaves. I mean, that's not true. The leaves are held up by stems, and they sit on the ends of the stems. What are leaves good for? Leaves help make food for the plants. They take water and air and sunlight and they turn it into food. Below the surface of the soil, down under here where the stem goes in there, underneath there are roots growing, and that brings water up and minerals, nutrients out of the soil, and it brings it right up to the rest of the plant to share that around so it can grow. Wait, where'd I go? Here I am. We just talked about 3 different parts of a plant. Can you tell me what they are? Leaves, stems, and the roots. Good job. So I showed you on this plant some leaves, and you can see they're supported by the stems. But let's go a little further. Let's look for the 3rd part. We're gonna move this plant into a little bit larger container, one that I can plant right in the ground. And to do that, I'm actually gonna soak this plant out of this container so and let you see the roots before I plant it back in. So you can't see the part where they're connected, but you see these little white guys? These are roots sent down from the stem in search of water and nutrients in the soil. And there are bunches and bunches and bunches of them, and this plant will keep making more and more. Let's get it in its new home, okay? So I put some soil in there, and then I'll put this guy on in, and I'll fill in the gaps with the rest of this potting soil. Now, this can be scary to do. I've done it several times now, so I'm not as afraid as I was the first time I did it. But you know, you want to take care of your plants, and this can be kind of, you know, in a way it can be scary for the plants too. They take a little time to adjust. This little guy's just minding his own business, and then this giant comes along and rips him out of his pot and soaks him in a bath and covers him in dirt. You know, he might have kind of a, you know, he might need a few days to adjust to that. You know, when a lot of things have happened recently that I've had to take a little time to adjust to. That's natural. It's normal to feel things changing and be a little bit upset. So hopefully, you know, I'll rinse this guy off in a little bit. You can see he's happy in his new home, hopefully. And within a couple of days, he'll be adjusting and he'll be growing. So hopefully I'll get a chance to share with you when he comes back. Now, what are the 3 parts again? What's the part underneath that we saw before I put him back in the new pot? Roots, that's right. And what part is supporting the leaves? What's the thin part that holds the plant up? Stem. Oops, I might have said the third part. Did I say the third part? Did you hear me? Uh-huh. Leaves. Leaves. So that's 3 parts of a plant. There are 3 more. Interested in finding out more about those? Stay tuned. And we're back. If your memory lasts longer than about 2 minutes, you can probably tell me what we were discussing. Plants and the parts of plants. And I said plants have 6 parts. And we talked a lot about 3 of them. Can anyone tell me what they are? One more time. Leaves, stem, roots. Okay. Does anyone see anything on this plant that doesn't belong in one of those 3 categories? Make it easier. Get a little closer. What do we have here? It's a flower. Do you see the flower? See a flower right there. And that's our 4th part. 4th part of the plant is a flower. Flowers are used to attract pollinators, which is a really long word for bugs that help plants make fruit. So we have 4 parts now. The seed. Oh, what did I say? Seed? No, not seed. Yet. Okay, we have leaves, we have stems, we have roots, and we have flowers. And what happens when the flowers get pollinated is they make fruit, which is a 5th part. And the fruit contains the seeds, which is the 6th part. And I don't have any fruit to show you here right now. But this is a darling pepper plant from last year, and it has roots down in the soil, and it's using its roots for what? It's using roots to bring water and nutrients out of the soil to feed the plant. It's got stems here that are holding the plant up. And what else do stems do? They bring the water and nutrients up from the roots to the rest of the plant and to the leaves. And the leaves they're making food for the plant using the air that's all around it and the sunlight that you can see shining on it and the water that the stems bring to the leaves. Now they produce flowers which will make fruit, and the fruit will have seeds which will make more plants. Okay, so I couldn't resist showing you some fruit. So when the flowers get pollinated, they make fruit, and this pepper actually came out of my freezer, right? But it's covered in frost. It would have come off a plant just like this one over here. And normally it'd be bright red if I rubbed the frost off of it. It actually grew on one of these plants in my garden. So that's the 4th part of a plant. We have the leaves and the stems and the roots and the fruits and the flowers, and the last one, number 6, is the seeds. And I've cut open a pepper. This is another pepper from last year, and I've cut open the inside, and you can see the seed pods in there, ready to make some more plants. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this instructional time. I hope it's been helpful, and I look forward to sharing some more time with you in the future.